If you like to plan out your money, this video is definitely for you. But also if you're more of like a spontaneous, kind of winging it kind of person, but you want to plan your money better, then this is definitely still the place for you. This video to me is kind of like, you know, that concept that people say, if you want to nail your morning routine, it starts the night before. That's how I feel right now. If we want to have the best 2026, we've got to plan the night before / the quarter before the year starts. We are in the final quarter of the year. So today we're going to talk about how we can front load our finances so that we can save thousands in 2026. That's going to take some strategic moves on our part, but let's talk about a few things that will get you there faster and set you up for success. All right, so number one, sorry, my cat's doing really cute things on the side here. Don't dig yourself into a hole at the end of the year. I talked a little bit about this in my last video. Slate's always the one coming by. Somebody asked me the other day, do you still have your other 2 cats? I sure do. I will include some clips so you can see that they are still rocking it over here. Remember this as the year is coming to a close. I know that the holidays can be that time where you want to go all out, you want to gift people, and I'm all about showing appreciation and love for your loved ones. But I just want you to remember this. Depending on your financial situation, you've got to make smart decisions whether you've got the money or you don't right now, okay? What I want you to just keep remembering is your friends and your family are not going to love you any less if you don't go in debt for them at the end of the year. I think that you will agree, and your friends and family will agree, they would rather you not go into debt to buy them things if you don't have it right now. So you've got to really assess, do I have this right now? What's my real budget for the holidays? And not go over that, not start loading up your credit card, spending money you don't have because it's the holidays, because it's what's expected. I think you've got to really think this out if you are not in a position for buying a ton of gifts this year. I feel like just the world in general right now, some people are really struggling to have the bare necessities, have a roof over their head, have groceries, right? So I think that all that other stuff is very secondary right now, and your friends and family will understand. If you're in a position where this is not a problem and you can give generously, have at it. You know, it's totally up to where you're at in your finances, but don't give out of obligation, give with intention. A great way to make this work at the end here is to create your holiday budget. I have a video for you. I'll leave at the very end if you haven't seen it yet, how I create my holiday budget, how I make a spreadsheet. I love a good spreadsheet. And how I keep track of everything. I track all my holiday spending, my gifts, my wrapping paper, all the stuff, decor. I don't do a ton of decor. I did get a tree though. You guys know I got a new tree, a new artificial tree last year. I must have shown it to you. And that was a long time coming. I thought about that for years before I finally did it, but I did finally do it last year. And I just want to remind you, you don't need to just upgrade decorations every single year. And it doesn't have to be the thing that you blow your money on. Me personally, I rather have the experience of being together, sharing some food together, catching up. Again, maybe it's just something as I get older that's like more important to me. I used to be all about the presents. You guys know this, right? And I still enjoy a good gift, but I just think it's very important, especially this year, to focus on what is important, what is most important to you. And that is obviously up for you to decide. Number 2, open a Roth IRA or a brokerage account immediately. I talked about this last week. If you didn't see last week's video, please go check that out. Just last week's video. But the longer you're invested, the better. And I just wish someone would have shared this with me earlier. I did not start investing until I was the ripe age of 37, which is not too bad, but oh, if I would have done it in my teens, you guys understand how much better that would have been. I always say to Kaden, I'm like, I am going to teach you every single thing I know. And I'm quite certain if you follow my directions, you will be a millionaire for sure if you start investing in your teens. Like I'm very confident he's going to have the tools. What he does with them is going to be another situation, but I'm going to give him the knowledge. But I wish that no one ever talked to me about a Roth IRA. Brokerage account, I never heard the term brokerage account until this last decade of my life. And I wish I'd even done that sooner. So if you're not invested for retirement yet, please take some time and look into it. I opened an account, a Roth IRA with Fidelity. And then I also just opened the brokerage account so I could invest in some low-cost index funds. And I just talked about that, like I said in the last video. I don't want to repeat myself too much. But last year, the max you could contribute to a Roth IRA was $7,000 if you were under the age of 50. And if you were over the age of 50, it was $8,000. I'm hopeful it'll go up even maybe a little bit more this year, but they haven't quite released those limits, but that will be soon. So stay tuned for that. And be sure, let me just say this out loud in case you've never done it before. Once you open the Roth IRA, like say you choose Fidelity, for example, you put, let's just say $500 in there. Just because you put the $500 in there doesn't mean you're done. You have to pick investments like an S&P 500. Sorry, my cat is trying to scratch my cheek. Slate, you can't do that. And you've got to invest the money, because when I first opened a Roth IRA, I think it sat there for like a month. And I'm like, why is nothing happening? I didn't realize you have to make an investment. So you have to invest that money into like I said, like an S&P 500. I shared last week what I invested my first $1,000 into. So if you didn't check that out, watch that video. And just don't forget to invest. And I think that it's something people always think, I'll worry about it later. If you worried about it sooner, your money will grow faster, okay? Compound interest is a thing. It is my biggest financial regret of my entire life, not doing that sooner. So front load your finances. Open it now. That way, when you are ready to start investing, like it's already open, it's already half the battle there. Get it open. It doesn't take long. You just do it right online. There's a couple other places you can do, like Vanguard. Somebody shared with me the other day, they like Schwab. You got to figure out which is the one. I love Fidelity, but don't waste another week not having one. Even a little bit. You got $50 every month? Just start. Start small, and it grows and grows. You guys, I am, like I said, I'm 46 now, and I can't believe how much it has grown just since I was 37. So it's been almost a decade, almost another year. Don't age me too quick. And I'm just so shocked of how much it's grown. And if I hadn't done that, I'd be stressing more. I'd be honest, I'd be stressing more. So get in there. You will not regret it. So I'll probably talk about this in another video, but I am very much on a journey to pay off my house early. And I'm reconsidering just a slight adjustment on how I can either split or, well, either, I'm not sure if evenly or maybe a 70-30, maybe a 60-40, how to keep investing in my brokerage account, but also be paying off the principal of my house. Because I know that when you're investing, and my interest rate is 3.25 on my house, so I know that I could possibly be making more in the investments, but the peace of mind of paying off that house is gonna be better than anything in my mind, I think. And many of you tell me that. You're like, Kate, the idea of being completely debt-free, yes, you gotta pay the taxes on the house every year, I get it, but not having that mortgage payment come out, guys, it's a game changer. And that's what you're all telling me, and I can't wait to get to that finish line. I've got a little while to go, but I'm going to be, in 2026, figuring out how I can just reconfigure this thinking a little bit so that my investment's growing, but I'm also paying off the house. It's a little bit of each. It's a happy medium. That's what I'm thinking. The next thing I want to talk about is no spend January. If you've been a member of my channel for a very long time, a viewer of my channel, you know that I do no spend January every year. There was a little period of time where I'd almost convinced myself that I wanted to try no spend February instead. Just didn't have the same ring to it. And I actually am interested in your thoughts, you guys. Every year it's no spend January. Here are the objections to a no spend January. A lot of people, the first thing is they might have friends in town and family during that February break, Christmas break, and it leaks into the beginning of January. So they want to have experiences with their family. And if they start no spend January, that's a problem. Number two, a lot of people share with me that that's when all the great sales are, right after Christmas leading into January. And they want to spend money then. Another slight objection, I don't get this as much, is they're still recovering from the holidays. They've got a lot going on. It's kind of like too abrupt to like get into that. Or another, I don't want to say excuse, but another reason that people say it's not a good month is because they travel. I mean, there's so many reasons, but I feel like I can make that case for many months, right? But, so I thought, what if we did no spend February? It's a shorter month. People could kind of get their stuff together, but does it matter? That's the question. Does it even matter? I feel like, okay, let me tell you the reason I like no spend January. The reason I like no spend January is we've been bleeding money for a while. And I love the idea of intentionally knowing I am cleaning this up for the fresh start of the year. You guys, you know, if I love a fresh month, the feeling I get on a fresh year, unmatched, right? So the idea of cleaning up that craziness, focusing on not spending, focusing on decluttering the house again after the Christmas craziness, and starting the year fresh with an intention of, I'm getting this together. I am not overspending. I am not focusing on spending. I'm focusing on family. I'm focusing on things in my home. I'm focusing on hibernation of winter. You know, it just feels right there. But just let me know your thoughts. Do you want to continue with no spend January? That's still the plan right now. Or does no spend February tempt you? Yes or no? Just let me know. Again, I haven't made a hard decision. I'm still leaning toward our traditional no spend January, but you know, we're a community here. I just wonder if there's other pros and cons that I'm not thinking of. So please let me know. But the point of me sharing this with you is consider doing our beginning of the year no spend together. This is a way for you to set your intention of saving and get results, okay? And there's many things we do before the no spend begins to get into that mindset and to not feel deprived. So if you've never seen any of those videos, go back last year, go back the year before. We talk about any of the videos that say preparing for no spend, check those out. If you've never done a no spend, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Those of you that have done it, please let us know in the comments. How do you feel about it? Some of you do no spends throughout the year. Some of you do a whole no spend year. You know, let us know in the comments what is attractive about a no spend and what have your results been, okay? When you do a no spend, you still pay your regular bills. You're gonna pay your mortgage or your rent. You're gonna buy groceries. You're gonna pay your utilities. You're gonna do your car payments. All your bills stay intact and you're still paying for everything, but there's no extras. The best way to say this is nothing beyond what you actually need. You're not buying new shoes. You're not buying new clothes. You're not buying you're not going on experiences that you don't need at the moment. It's to really set the tone and jumpstart your year with the tone of you already have enough. You have plenty and you're not in lack all the time. You know what I mean? So this is a time to really reflect on your spending habits. It's a time to waste less. You're going to use everything you have. And definitely, if you're considering a no spend, the loophole for me is gift cards. Don't buy your own gift cards. Don't spend $100 Starbucks gift card and then use it. Gifts from other people, genuine gifts from others. If you know you need, a specific store or drive-through place or whatever, ask for a gift card so that maybe that month you get to treat yourself, but you didn't pay for it. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. If you were going to get a gift and you could ask for that, maybe recommend that. Another big thing about a no spend is you're going to eat from home every single day. You're going to use your groceries and you're going to use up what you have. Now, there's a lot of talk lately. I listen to a lot of things and people are kind of questioning right now, does it cost more for groceries because they're so ridiculously high, or does going out to eat just even out? Like, is it even cheaper to buy groceries? My gut feeling and my experience so far is yes, groceries still outweigh the going out to eat and going through the drive-through. But I don't know, just maybe not as heavily as it did before, but still yes. So I'm gonna give you an example today of a ground turkey bowl that I make for almost every week right now. So if you go out to lunch, if you go through a drive-through, I'm gonna say at least $10, right? Probably 10, at least 10. If you go sit down to eat, at least 20 probably, right? With a tip or whatever. And that, listen, everywhere you are, it's gonna be a different price, but just let's keep that, like $10 to $20 if you go somewhere to get food. And that's, again, everywhere is different. But this ground turkey meal, it's ground turkey, an onion, a pepper, mushrooms, salt and pepper, cheese. I'm gonna show you an exact clip. I filmed something for you the other day so you can see. And this costs $12 to make, and it makes 3 to 4 servings. I usually do 3 servings because I like a little bit more protein in my meal. So $12 divided by 3, that's $4 for this meal. $4 is definitely less than going somewhere. And you're probably eating a lot healthier with the vegetables and the protein. So that's just one little example. Let me show it to you now in case you're looking for a quick meal to make so that you don't have to go out to eat. Because I know for me, I don't have time to go out during the day. I'm working, I'm busy. I just want to take something with me and I just want to be able to heat it up and just, keep it simple. So here is my ground turkey recipe for you to check out, and it is really good. Here are my ingredients. So hopefully you already have some oil somewhere in your pantry. I've got some Nature's Promise 94% lean ground turkey that cost about $6. The mushrooms were about $2, onion about $1, green pepper about $1. So I'm not gonna include the oil because hopefully you just already have that. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm forgetting something. Can't forget the cheese. And this is about $2. So altogether about $12, and it's gonna make 3 or 4 servings. I use salt and pepper from the pantry, and of course, if you have other seasonings you want to use, have at it. Then you stir it all up, and voila. So good. Okay, so let's recap a little bit. Don't dig yourself into a bigger hole at the end of the year. If you use your credit cards and create debt, you are screwing yourself over for the new year. When those bills start coming in, if you overspent, you're in debt. Think about it. Like, you don't want to do that, guys. Stay on budget. Don't create debt going into the new year, okay? Because then you've got interest you got to pay. And what a nightmare, right? Don't do it. Next, you want to open up a retirement account in some way. right? Roth IRA, brokerage account. Of course, if you have a work employee offered situation like a 401k or a 403b, and especially if they offer a match, you want to be getting involved in that. If you haven't done that yet, please do that at the end of the year. Don't wait until 2026. Do it now. Do one of them. Start investing your money so you can start growing that wealth. Next, consider a no spend month. Join us for no spend January and or February, but I'm really leaning toward January, but I just want to hear your thoughts in case you say something that I go, oh, that makes so much sense. That's what we should do. Just let me know your thoughts on that. But consider doing a no spend. Again, that just gets your mind right for the new year, and it sets the tone for like, you don't need all that stuff. You don't need to be spending. It's such a great experience, and we all hang out. I usually have some more lives during that time, and like we do posts often, and people are just chiming in what they're doing to stay busy. Oh my gosh, I'm busy no matter what, right? But people, sometimes need things to do that are not spending money. We talk about it all month long. And then at the end of the year here, just other things to be thinking about, using up what you have. Shampoos, conditioners, soaps, lotions, toothpaste, all the things that you have in your house, dish stuff, laundry stuff, all the products that maybe you have like a little bit left of, use everything, right? And also cook at home. Don't go out to eat as much. Don't get takeout. Do all the small things that really, really add up. Now you tell me, what are you doing this final quarter that's going to help move the needle into the new year? Front loading your finances, getting your things in order now so that the new year is smoother and you're going to save more than ever. Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, I'm going to leave another one for you here. I talked about the Christmas budget right here. And if you're not working on that, I'm going to leave another one for you right here to watch instead. Pick whichever one is going to help you more at this time, and I will see you next video. Bye, guys.